Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Win. Welcome back to another Elder Scrolls Blades video. Today I've got a quick video for you guys. I think this is really interesting and it's something that I actually wanted to talk about and share with you because I don't think it was actually shared that much in the subreddit. So this is a great place for the community. In fact, it's where I learn a lot of stuff about the game, or if anything's broken or people are upset, this is probably one of the first places I can check about stuff that's going on with Blades. So this is a really interesting post, and it looks like what you guys can do with games, if you're not familiar, is obviously we have this whole app on our phone. People like you or I might not necessarily do that much with it other than play it, but a lot of these like engineers and hackers and people that like know a lot more about coding than I do, they can take all of that information in the app and like break it apart, break it down, look at what's in the app, the different features, the different like lines of code. Because let's face it, game developers, they're trying to be efficient, and they'll put some features in the app that they still won't release for a while. So there could be some stuff in the app, like I'm sure the entire arena is like in the app right now, it's just locked, but you can still like data mine it and kind of figure out what arena is gonna be like, or what some future features are gonna be like, based on just what's in the app right now. So there is an article that was written that shares all of this stuff. In fact, they have it right here. Yeah, so data mine information, and we're going to talk about PvP. We've got guilds. We know that we can visit each other's towns, but there's a bit more information about that here too, and of course some more stuff. Notably, I think there is a kind of grading system to jewelry that we'll see, which is similar to how you can temper armor. I myself haven't gotten too much into the jewelry stuff, so maybe in the game, I'm not entirely sure, but it's in this article, which was data mined from the code. So first thing is, gonna have guilds, some sort of way that players can kind of collaborate together and group up, and of course they have 53 different icons that you can use to represent your guild. I think one of the most important things here is that with your like friends and your guildmates, they will have some form of trading. So I do believe that there is, where is it, arena, visiting towns, jewelry grading. It did talk about, here we go, perhaps even more interesting, yeah, right here. You'll be able to choose a banner, the ability to exchange items with guildmates. The data we found suggests you would be able to request one item every 8 hours from your guild, and a member can fulfill that by donating the item to you. Donations have a cooldown of 1 hour. The only item we have found that you can request is a placeholder for 90 iron bars. We believe you'll be able to request many different items, but there's been no evidence of it. Only crafting items or actual equipment too. But still, right, if you're like, dang, I'm kind of short on copper, hey, buddy, you want to give me some copper? Boom, he can like trade that to you, and then maybe you can give him something back in return that he really needs. I like that because it sucks when you have one player who's got like a ton of material A, he's got a ton of material B, and you're like, I would give you some if you give me some, and it makes everything a little bit more efficient, especially in these mobile games, which is kind of, you grind a lot, there's different resources, and it sucks when you have so much of one resource, but you're like so limited on another one. It gives you a little bit more freedom to, trade stuff and actually complete that upgrade that you've been dying to do, but you've just been short like 1 iron bar. So that's really good. I'm happy that they're putting that in there. This is a little bit of the code that you can see here that they use to like determine that. Choose a guild banner. 0 wants to join guild. Like 0 is going to be a placeholder where they'll like insert that player's name. The exchange data, like cooldowns, that's like the hour-long cooldown, 3,600 seconds there, that's 1 hour. And then as you can imagine, 28,800 seconds, that's 8 hours for the cooldown. Next big thing that I think I'm most excited about is the PvP. I can't wait to try out the arena. Trophies will be earned from PvP and determine your rank in what arena you fight in, and will be used for matchmaking. Trophies are earned or lost for winning or losing a battle, so there is some kind of ladder system, and there are different arenas that you can progress up through, which again, I know it's like the 3rd time I've said it, but this reminds me a lot of a game that I used to play called Clash Royale, which had an arena system, and the arenas were based on trophies, so you can push up through, looks like Frozen, Dragonwood, Legionnaire, Coliseum, and Imperial Arena up at 5,000. That's actually sounds pretty sick. Here's a description of placement matches and rankings directly from the game. Before you kick off your competitive career, every player must first complete 10 placement matches to obtain their initial skill ranking. This rating will be a number between 1 and 5,000, with higher values indicating a greater skill level. Skill ratings and tier icons will be visible at the beginning of every match, and you can compete. As you compete, your rating will increase or decrease with each win or loss based on a number of factors, including your own performance. Now, this actually reminds me of something like Rocket League. So if you've never played Rocket League before, there is like a really complex like ranking system where you have to play 10 matches first, and then the game kind of like assesses you during those 10 matches and decides where you are on the spectrum. So you could be like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, all the way up to like grand champion. And through those 10 games, maybe the first game they give you somebody easy and you crush them. Then they're like, okay, you look pretty good. Next, they throw you against somebody who's platinum, right? And then like they kind of play you around and overall see how you do, and then it gives you a ranking, which is nice. So it sounds like not everybody is gonna start at just like 0. You could play like pretty well for your ranking and then just start at like 3,000. That's pretty awesome. So that way, like if you're a really good player, you don't have to grind through all the bad players. You just get put where you belong, and then you can go from there. That is pretty exciting as well. I think that's a good twist. And then below here are a few strings of text that they found. So this is really cool. This is the thing that I think I want to talk about the most. So the different UI code that they have in here. So there is intermission and next round. So it looks like there's kind of a round feature where maybe I battle somebody. If I beat them, then I like take a break for a minute, but then I have to go against somebody else next. That sounds pretty cool. Intermission title, review your loadout. So maybe you're allowed to like switch items up in between those fights. And it looks like right here, loadout, change gear, loadout, preseason, and then if there's a concede button if you want to give up, and then opponent showcase and time remaining. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds like these battles will be timed. The code shows that the PvP mode will have seasons, and as for how long a season will last, we are not sure. Right now, there is only placeholder data for the rewards you receive after a season ends. Leather, gems, gold. It sounds, you know, pretty standard. And next up, these are some of the smaller things, right? We know we can visit each other's towns. Basically, this just confirms that again. Welcome to blank number, or blank's level blank town. So essentially, it's going to populate, like, I think on my main character, I said, like, welcome to Winsane Nation, Winsanity's level 3 town, right? So that's just like basic text. It's going to populate the message that's going to show you, and then you can leave the town and return home. That's pretty simple, but again, that's going to be an awesome feature where you can kind of just show off what you've built and how far you've come to your friends. And last but not least, jewelry grading. We have a list of jewelry on this game guide since the start, but there is some interesting information to share. Similar to enchanting and tempering, you'll be able to grade rings and necklaces, giving them an effect that gives bonus ranks to either spells for rings and abilities for necklaces. There are 6 levels of grading compared to 10 for tempering. And then again, just the code that shows like what the ability is going to have, what the grade is going to be, and so on and so forth. So this is like a really informational video. Obviously no gameplay here, but I hope this was interesting for you guys. It's always nice to have people take the time, look in the code, find out all this, like the juicy details that, you know, you or I might not be able to see if we don't know how to do this. But to those hackers, and I believe to I want to give credit where it's due, Baking It to the Limit 31. Thank you for the post for the level codex article. I think this is really interesting stuff, and hopefully early access ends soon and we can have the full game in our hands ready to go with the arena, all these features, PvP, like playing together in a guild, trading stuff, visiting each other's towns. Like I am really craving that full experience of Blades, but you know, for what we have right now, it's not too bad, but I do hope that it is sometime soon. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did like it. I hope you learned something, and I hope you, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, and of course, make sure you subscribe too. So that's all I have for you guys today, and I will see you next time.